Good morning and welcome to another summer edition of As the Kayak Rolls. I'm going to pause it here and I want to introduce you to this young lady. This is her third session with me. She has been borrowing my Turning Point Kayaks Petrol Standard. She has one on order, so she's using mine so that she'll be ready to roll when she comes to pick her boat up. So we are going to show you footage today from her 3 sessions. So let me drag this backwards here. We started doing various things with her, hands as well as using the Avatok to get the body motion right. If I drag this backwards, I like what she's doing there. She pops the boat up. Good. Happy with that. Later in the day, doing it again. All right, so you can see a couple of things went wrong here. This is just a process of working through it. She recovered on her own. Very happy.
Well, that would be incredibly envious of you because you're balance bracing.
Here she's, here, let me go back. Here she just, I asked her to slide off the back deck into the water and she did, and she just hung there, and I said, well, that's, it may not look like a standard balance brace, but you're balance bracing, and she just hung there.
Okay, I need to get
Okay. The next time I see her, and I will see her at least one more time before she leaves on a trip, I want to work on the placement of her blade. Basically what's happening for her at this point is that as she capsizes, the blade is coming away. Now, she has not progressed to doing a full 360. She is rolling up. She is technically rolling, but she's having trouble with the blade, again, coming away. I believe once we get her set up and going in face first and coming around, that may resolve itself, but it remains to be seen, and so I'm continuing to work with her to get this blade on the side of the boat.
Gotta go to the back deck. Go to the back deck. There you go. That's what I needed you to do. That was all sorts of bad. Yeah, see, that was all sorts of bad.
Okay, good. Nice. And see, feel how gentle that feels? Like it should feel like no effort at all.
Yeah, the only effort I have is the back, because it.
Yep.
One more?
Yeah, one more. Yep, that was it.
Just a rest position, but also a, hey, I'm hot and I want to soak position.
Resting.
Yep, and then you recover when you're ready. Now, can you get to the back deck from there? Can you slide to the back deck? And that's the finish of the butterfly. All you. All you. Nice. I gotcha. Very good. Very nice. Very nice. Good control. No, I did not.
She asked me there if I helped her, and I said I did not, because I did not. I did put the camera in my vest and step forward and put a hand on the boat, but she actually completely reset up and came up completely on her own. Very impressive control. The other thing that she did that I love is she did not panic. She just worked the steps. She went A, B, C, D. And then she was on the back deck looking at the sky.
Touch that. All right, so whenever you're ready. Am I ready? Yeah, are you ready? Are you ready? Beautiful. That was awesome.
You'll notice here as the video progressed, she began to pin her paddle to the front deck. She's working much harder to keep this hand here, the front hand low, and the paddle against the deck. Well, let's see what happens when she flips over.
Nice.
As you can see, let me drag it backwards here. She's come away from the boat. So we're going to continue to work on that. However, she set back up after her initial attempt. She set back up. Look at her walking her way along the blade, feeling it, making sure it was all correct. And then
nice. And yep, do it again.
all right. Now we've moved on to our other student of the day. Here I want to take a moment to just talk to you about learning to roll. So everybody is on essentially the same trail. Let's say we're all walking the Appalachian Trail, the AT. We're all walking the AT, but we're each on our own journey. And so both of these people have had 3 lessons with me. And Robert is at a different place on the trail than Marianne is. And that's okay. We're going to take however long it's going to take us to get where we're going. Robert is in a boat that is not necessarily in his favor. The previous video I made shows footage of him earlier in his progression, and the boat itself is not really his friend. He too is waiting for a petrel, and that petrel is going to make a big difference for him, I know for sure. But let's go through his footage here. For him, so he's doing what he should be right here. His head is looking at the sky. The blade is pretty flat on the water, as flat as he's going to be able to get it with his own body. However, as you see him come up, he really is dragging down. See how that bounces down? Yeah, he's dragging down on the blade. What I noticed for him personally is that he needs to turn his head, because he is not, and this may be partially because of the boat, he's not really getting any hip drive at all. Now, in a classic Greenland layback roll, there really isn't any hip drive. It's more of a consistent motion, but there's no hip snap. But in this case, for him, and in this boat, he needs to have some kind of pop up with his hip.
Yeah, very nice.
So and I say very nice, and what I mean, and I say this very often, is very nice effort. That doesn't mean there isn't stuff that I want to fix. It just means that I'm very glad that they're sticking with the program. I do not want to see his arm that far out. I am seriously concerned about his shoulder. The other thing I don't want to see is this arm way back like that. So he knows he gets his coaching from me in real time. So he knows all this. But for your purpose, for you learning to roll, this is an important tool for you. Don't let your arm get out there. Don't let your arm get behind your shoulder. Don't get your arm way extended. Avoid those things.
Yeah, very nice, but what do I want you to do that you should do differently?
Turn my head that way.
Yes, I want to see you turn your head. You're blowing in. Let me pull you out. Yeah, it's hard to paddle with the float on the end. I'll pull you out. Here you go. All right, so let's do that again.
Okay, again, I like this, I like that, I like that. This is all looking good. Also, I don't know if you noticed, let me see if I can drag it backwards. He slides in and he lifts the blade up. So now it's definitely much more horizontal. It's sliding across the water instead of going straight down. Now what happens when he recovers all the way? So what did I say to him before? Turn your head. I want him to turn his head because I have noticed, let's go slow back. I have noticed when he turns his head that comes up. So for him personally, he needs to turn his head. This is his journey. Now, what do I not want to see here? Yeah, that. So we have lots of meat, as instructors like to say, lots of meat on this sandwich. So lots of work still to be done, but this looked really good. So let me drag it all the way back and then just smoothly go through it. When he turns his head, the boat comes up.
That was better. It is so much smoother when you turn your head.
And that concludes this summer edition of As the Kayak Rolls. I hope you're having a fabulous summer. I know I am. Tomorrow, I get to go work in the pool with a couple of students, and I will endeavor to shoot some video tomorrow and hopefully have another edition of As the Kayak Rolls ready for your perusal by next weekend. Take care. Hope to see you soon. And as always, please like and comment.